Good morning, College of Education degree candidates. I'm Charles Martinez, Dean of the College of Education at UT Austin. Congratulations, felicidades a todas y todos. It is so important for us to gather to celebrate you today. And though we cannot be in person, our ceremony and speakers are live with you this morning. Because place and context is so important to us in the college, and it has played no small part in your learning, even now, we want to acknowledge our place here at UT. We'd like to acknowledge that we are meeting on the indigenous lands of Turtle Island, an ancestral name for what is now called North America. Moreover, we would like to acknowledge the Alabama Cushada, Gado, Corizo, Comacrudo, Cahuiltecan, Comanche, Kickapoo, Lipan Apache, Tonkawa, and Isleta del Sur Pueblo, and all the American, Indian, and indigenous peoples and communities who have been or have become a part of these lands and territories in Texas. Here, as we're connected in two-dimensional space today, Belmont Hall and the George I. Sanchez building on our beloved University of Texas at Austin campus, so far away from us right now, I am filled with many emotions. As a member of our college and College of Education and Longhorn community, I am sad that I cannot see you and your loved ones in person to share your smiles and your joy as we celebrate your amazing achievement with all of the pomp and circumstance you so richly deserve. However, as your dean, I am so incredibly proud of the sacrifice, commitment, and astonishing labor each of you has put into earning your degree from the College of Education. Your accomplishment is profound in and of itself. You have devoted yourself to rigorous and demanding work in order to achieve this goal. It is a labor that is more important now than ever, as the work we do in health and education has never been more vital than it is in this moment, during and after this public health crisis that has disrupted all of our lives. The fact that you persevered to achieve this goal in the midst of a global pandemic is even more remarkable. I am in awe of you. And because I know that none of us makes it through anything alone, I am also in awe of the support you have undoubtedly received from your families and friends, from your communities, from your peers and your colleagues. If this pandemic has shown us anything, it has shown us the enormous importance of our connections to one another, connections both as fragile as they are deep and abiding. And so I want to take this time to recognize those who have helped lift you up so that you can go on to lift up so many others. And I'm going to take a moment right now to invite you to unmute your microphones on your Zoom. All of our graduates in particular, this is your chance to cheer for the loved ones who supported you along the way. So we'll do this for a few seconds. Shout it out there loud so that they can hear you. Let's cheer for our loved ones.
Y'all so much,
Jennifer.
Jennifer. Jennifer, thank you. Good job, sweetie. Ready for the next level.
Come on. Congratulations.
Amaria Woods, phenomenal. Awesome, Amaria. We love you, honey.
Love you, Amaria. Congratulations.
Hey, Allison.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sierra. Hello.
Congratulations, Amaria Woods. We love you.
Congratulations.
You're on mute.
Got it. Sorry about that. Yeah, when they mute everyone else, they mute me too, and I had to unmute myself. Thank you very much. What an incredible showing of support for our loved ones, for each other. These connections are so important right now, and it is incredible to get to hear it even over this two-dimensional space that we find ourselves in. I also want to acknowledge now our first-generation graduates. As a first-generation college student myself, I joined the University of Texas community in recognizing you. If you are the first in your family to be graduating from college today, please know that we are so excited to recognize and honor you here today. I mentioned earlier that the work of education and health is more vital now than ever. Disrupting education and health disparities was the focus of our work before the pandemic, and it is the work that's profoundly more important now. COVID-19 and this year's uprisings against racial injustice have shown a brighter light on how deep and seemingly intractable these disparities are. Yet you have dedicated yourselves to a calling that is about ensuring the best possible futures for others. You may have dedicated yourselves to teaching in our schools, or to increasing the quality of people's health, or to uncovering ideas that reshape what we know and understand about these fields. Whatever you have chosen to do in earning your degree in education, this will have a profound and deep impact on dismantling disparities and increasing equity for individuals and communities in Texas, in the country, and beyond. What you have started here in the halls of Sanchez and Belmont is meaningful work that will truly change the world. Today, we are so honored to celebrate that work and to celebrate your achievements. Today, we are so honored to celebrate you. Now I'd like to welcome Dr. Beth Malik, Senior Associate Dean of the College of Education, to introduce our commencement speakers. Dr. Malik.
Hello, I'm Beth Malik, Senior Associate Dean of the College of Education. I've met some of you during your time in the College of Education, and I'm excited to celebrate this amazing achievement today with each of you. First, I'd like to introduce our college leadership. Dr. John Bartholomew, Chair, Department of Kinesiology and Health Education. Dr. Cynthia Salinas, Chair, Department of Curriculum and Instruction. Dr. Mark O'Reilly, Chair, Department of Special Education. Dr. Chris McCarthy, Chair, Department of Educational Psychology. Dr. Victor Sines, Chair, Department of Educational Leadership and Policy. Dr. Alexandra Lucas, Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Studies. Dr. Richard Reddick, Associate Dean for Equity, Community Engagement and Outreach. And Dr. Sherry Field, Associate Dean for Faculty Development and Educator Preparation. On behalf of the administration and faculty of the College of Education, it is my pleasure to welcome the Fall 2020 graduates, families, and friends to the College of Education's December commencement ceremony. Our first speaker today is Amaria Moore. Amaria is a first-generation college student from Killeen, Texas. She is graduating today with her Bachelor of Science in Applied Learning and Development in Youth and Community Studies. During her time in the College of Education, Amaria has been involved in several student organizations, including Texas Education Scholars, Minorities in Education, and she is a Gateway Scholar. Amaria always makes it a priority to give back to the community by volunteering as a tutor for high-risk elementary students. She created Project Pack the Bag and filled over 50 backpacks with essential classroom supplies, which were donated to students from low-income backgrounds. She also served as a freshman mentor to fellow first-generation students. Welcome, Amaria Moore.
Hello, and thank you, Dr. Malavet. Welcome, College of Education, class of 2020 graduates, friends, and family. My name is Amaria Moore, and alongside of you all, I'm graduating today with my Bachelor's of Science in Applied Learning and Development. I'm so excited and so honored to be speaking with you all today. Now, I thought long and hard about what I would share when I spoke today, and I decided that it's only appropriate that I share a few of the most important lessons that I learned during my time at the University of Texas. And this brings me to my first lesson, which is to be a forever learner. Now, believe it or not, UT friends and community, before coming to UT, I actually had never heard the name Matthew McConaughey before. And now that sounds pretty wild to me. However, once I first got on campus, I quickly learned that Matthew McConaughey is actually a really big deal, not only on campus, but I learned just as an amazing actor how much he is and means to so many people. And this brings me to my first point about being a forever learner. You have to always be open and receptive to taking in new information because you never know the amazing things you'll learn. Which brings me to my second point. During my time on campus, I learned the very important lesson that you have to own your identity. Like she said, I'm a first generation student. I'm also a Black, Christian, and Texan, and this is all going into making up who I am as a person. You see, our identities are unique and cannot be replicated. Now, I wouldn't be honest if I didn't say there weren't times being a first gen student or even being a Black student at a campus where Black students make up less than 5% of the population that I didn't feel out of place or that I didn't feel that I belonged here at times. However, the longer that I've been at UT, I realized that I did belong here and that we all do. You see, our identities are created from our different cultures, our different backgrounds, and our different experiences, which are all things that make us valuable. And so no matter what your religion is, your background, your sexual orientation, religion, own the things that make you you and own your identity. Make sure that wherever you go into those amazing spaces, you walk with your head up high and that you own your identity because you're an asset wherever you go. And thirdly, a lesson that I've learned at UT is to remember your village. There's a common saying that goes, it takes a village to raise a child. And it's true. We are all proofs of the villages that got us to this very moment today. And I'd like to take a moment to thank all of our parents, grandparents, families, friends, mentors, and all of those who have supported us students in our personal lives. Thank you for providing us with encouragement. And to parents, thank you for letting us bring home our dirty laundry on those weekend home visits. And thank you all just for being a part of our village and giving us the love and wisdom to keep us going. To all of the hardworking instructors, faculty, administration, and staff in the College of Ed, thank you all. Now, I may be a tad bit biased when I say this, but I truly do believe that the College of Education is the best college to be a part of. And that is due to all of your efforts and abilities to making the College of Ed such a close and tight-knit community for us students. Thank you for your commitments towards making sure we were equipped with the tools, knowledge, and resources to aid us during and beyond our time at UT. And to the amazing advisors in the College of Education, thank you for your direct guidance and willingness to support us as we navigated through our academic journey. We appreciate all of the time, advice, and support you have provided us with. And to my academic advisor, Jessica Silva, thank you for being such a tremendous part in my journey in coming to UT. Thank you for being such a profound member in my village. You always allowed me to be honest, open, and vulnerable with you. If it wasn't for your empathy, compassion, and great sense of humor, I would not be where I am today. You are the embodiment of grace and selflessness. Now, graduates, while we're moving into this next chapter of our lives, I'm sure it is a relief that for some of us, this may be the last time for a while we get notifications about assignments being graded or due at 11:59. And I know you guys feel me on that. However, there's so much work for us still to do. And this year of 2020 has shown us that firsthand. From the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic to this summer's protests against racial injustices, it's difficult to ignore the pain and suffering that's been inflicted upon so many innocent individuals in our country today. It's now your turn to become a part of the villages of so many others with all the lives that you will impact. To the courageous future teachers and those that will work with the youth in any capacity, remember that knowledge is power. We carry the enormous honor and responsibility of leading young, impressionable thinkers. The future will be sitting right there in our classrooms, our offices, and our after-school programs, looking at us for guidance and knowledge. So lead by example and let yourself reflect the change in which you hope to inspire in the next generation. Now, lastly, as I close the speech, the last lesson that I learned is to be proud of yourself and your accomplishments. Today is the testimony of all the adversities that we have overcame. And I'd like to apologize for a second, but I'm going to go off of my speech because today I got a little emotional this morning. And for those of you who have Snapchat memories, I got a Snapchat memory of me 2 years ago today when I wasn't in college yet. And I took a gap year before I came to UT. And I was working full-time at a call center helping enroll other students in college. Kind of ironic because I wasn't in college yet. And then I was working part-time on the nights and weekends, raising money. And I just remember one day just praying that I was going to go back to college and that I was determined that I would make it here to UT today. And so being here is sort of a full circle, surreal moment that I get to speak with you all today. And I'm so honored. And that's just part of my story. Each one of you also has your own story and your own journey as far as how you got here today and your time during here. So let that inspire you to keep on going and take that with you into your next step. I'm so proud of each and every one of you, genuinely. 2020 has not been an easy year on top of all the other parts of your journey that got you to this moment today. I pray you all, no matter if you're graduating in your living room or in your kitchen today, I pray that each and every one of you doesn't let this, maybe it says we're not in Greenwich Gym, I hope you don't let this minimize all the success and efforts that have gotten you to this moment today. And I wish you all the best luck on your future endeavors as you go out and change the world. Congratulations, 2020 graduates, and forever hook 'em horns.
Wow, thank you, Amaria. That was a beautiful speech, and I like that you went off your script. That was wonderful. Thank you. Our next speaker is Caitlin R. Burnell. She is a PhD candidate in the Department of Educational Leadership and Policy at UT Austin, with a focus on higher education policy and practices. Caitlin holds a Master of Public Policy degree from Georgetown University's McCourt School of Public Policy in Washington, D.C., and a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science and Communication from Wake Forest University in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. While a student in the doctoral program, Caitlin worked in the Office of Strategy and Policy at UT Austin on projects related to the offices of the President and the Provost. She also worked as a Director of Development at the University of Texas School of Law for several years prior to pursuing her doctoral studies. During her master's program in Washington, D.C., Caitlin interned at the U.S. Department of the Treasury and the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, where she supported the President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology. Caitlin's research interests include higher education policy and finance, the role and function of technology in higher education, and the relationship between post-secondary education and labor market outcomes in Texas, with a focus on rural students. Welcome, Caitlin Burnell.
Thank you, Dean Malik. Welcome administrators, faculty, friends, family, and members of the class of 2020. My name is Caitlin Burnell, and I'm graduating with a doctorate in educational leadership and policy with an emphasis in higher education. It is truly my honor to be here today to speak with you on behalf of the College of Education and the Graduate School. To begin, I want to take a moment to recognize the outstanding accomplishments of all of my fellow graduates today. While we all have different stories and traveled different paths in order to arrive at this milestone, every one of us is connected through our shared experiences in the College of Education and the positive impact that this university has left on our lives. Getting to this point is hard in normal times, and 2020 has been anything but normal. While the challenges of this past year do not define us, they have no doubt shaped our collective journeys to be here today. So to the class of 2020, I want to applaud your persistence and flexibility in the face of this year's adversity. You are amazing and truly deserve to soak in this moment. Now, graduations are natural times for reflection, the end of one chapter, the beginning of the next. So today, I want to ask each of you, how did you get here? Why did your path lead you to UT Austin? What ignited your personal desire to dedicate your life to education? I've thought a lot about these questions myself. My path to a doctorate in education was not a clear, straightforward road. It was not until one recent night when reading a bedtime story to my 4-year-old daughter, Aubrey, that I was afforded some personal clarity. Mo Willems' children's book, Because, tells the story of a little girl who attends the symphony for the first time because her uncle falls ill and she's asked if she wants to use his ticket. Because the girl is exposed to this experience at the symphony, she dreams of becoming a musician. And because she persists, she realizes her dreams and composes beautiful music as an adult that in turn inspires other children. The story outlines the way people, places, and events shape our lives and often unknowingly help us develop our innermost passions. In reflecting on our own personal journeys up to this moment, I challenge you all to think about what are your becauses? Who are the people, places, and events that have guided you to this important educational milestone? For me, I have many, but will share just a few with you today. Because I was born within a family of generations of teachers, I valued the mission of education for as long as I can remember. Because my Texas-born husband and I moved to Austin from Washington, D.C. after I completed my master's degree, I found myself in the heart of Texas's education policy world. And when a UT Law School employee went out on maternity leave unexpectedly early, I was offered a position within the university's development community. This experience changed me. I loved everything about working in a university setting and quickly came to recognize my growing passion for higher education. Because I had been inspired, I attended Dr. Beth Bukowski's fall 2014 information session on the doctoral program in higher education leadership. And because of that session and conversations I had with Dr. Victor Sines, Dr. Rich Reddick, and former doctoral students in the program, I applied for and accepted admission to the program in the fall of 2015. Over the next 5 years, because of the unending support of the College of Education faculty and my family, I was able to complete my coursework while continuing to work, give birth to my 2 young children, and find balance in life. And lastly, because of the commitment of my dissertation chair, Dr. Lauren Schutte, and my entire dissertation committee, as well as the assistance of amazing staff within the college like Andrea Kehoe, I was able to finish up my PhD journey during a global pandemic. These people and events shaped me in ways that I never could have anticipated and helped set me on a lifelong path of learning and discovery that continuously inspires me. So, class of 2020, while we all weather this isolating time, separated in our homes, yet connected through our technology, I encourage you all to embrace your because and to think often about who within UT Austin, the College of Education, your community, and your family have changed you. Let those people know. Think about all those who believed and continue to believe in you. Remember, even though it's been some time since the halls of the Sanchez building has been buzzing with pre-pandemic levels of activity, we are all interconnected in more ways than we realize. Most importantly, as educators, we have the unique opportunity to impact others through education and in turn be their inspiration. I urge you all to think about this unbelievable power and become someone else's because. Congratulations on your accomplishments, class of 2020. I hope you can take some time to celebrate and reflect on this milestone. You have certainly earned it. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today, and most importantly, hook 'em horns.
Thank you so much to Caitlin and Amaria for sharing your personal stories and your words of wisdom with us this morning, and especially to your graduating class. It is now my honor to introduce our guest speaker today, Dr. Stephanie Cawthon. Dr. Cawthon's mission is to translate research into practice that helps millions of deaf Americans succeed after high school, at work, in training programs, or at a college or university. During her 28-year career in teaching and research, she has dedicated her time to studying the different ways deaf people achieve educational success, how that success leads to life satisfaction, and what schools, governments, and parents can do to help make sure our deaf and hard of hearing students thrive. A national expert who presents regularly at international conferences, Dr. Cawthon's research examines the multiple factors that affect how deaf people succeed after high school, investigates issues of equity and access in education, explores accommodations in accessible learning environments, and challenges systemic standards that may be holding back some students. She literally wrote the book on the topic. Dr. Cawthon's co-authored book, Shifting the Dialogue, Shifting the Culture, Pathways to Successful Post-Secondary Outcomes for Deaf Individuals, a publication that a leading journal called a very important contribution to the field. Her first book, Accountability-Based Reforms, The Impact of Deaf or Hard of Hearing Students, won the Exceptional Book of the Year Award in 2012 from Exceptionality Education International. Dr. Cawthon grew up hard of hearing herself, and her own transition to college was not seamless. Raised oral in a mainstream school, she attempted the accommodation strategies she used in high school, then quickly realized they were inadequate in a large university setting. She went on to earn her bachelor's and master's degree in psychology from Stanford University, where her initial line of research in the language development of deaf children launched her career. Dr. Cawthon received her doctorate in educational psychology from the University of Wisconsin at Madison, where she became a systems thinker focused on equity, access, and success. Please welcome Dr. Cawthon.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much to the Dean and the faculty of the College of Education. Thank you. I'm humbled and honored to be here and representing you today on this important day. Thank you to the college staff. So many people are hard at work supporting us behind the scenes, and often we don't see them. It's such important work, and I'd like to acknowledge that. Thank you so much. We're very grateful. The families and the parents, thank you so much for the gift of time with your children. Our students will always be your children. You've raised them from children and now into adulthood, but they will always be your children. To you, the class of 2020, thank you. You make us whole. It's an honor to be here with you today. We're so excited for you, very proud of you and your successes. We're also happy that you chose the University of Texas to start your career and launch your life work. You know, it's really strange, sort of bizarre to be here in this building. It's empty, the campus feels empty. It's weird not seeing you all here. You are the heart and soul of who we are. Graduation is such an important reminder for all of us of our community. So now I have a question for you. What would you do if you weren't afraid? Hold that thought for now. I've been thinking a lot about transition. And what does it even mean? And why is transition important? My research and my teaching focuses on supporting marginalized populations, especially within transition age, from high school into college and the workplace. I also think a lot about barriers and access to barriers and how to break those down. I work with a team here at UT and also across the country, trying to reduce those gaps and the barriers, changing policies, and systemic change. And our goal is equal access for all students. This is a huge transition you're making right now. Graduating today, And then maybe the next step will be to move to a new home, possibly a new job, maybe moving home with family, or more education, a higher degree. Many of you are the first person in your entire family to get a degree, whether it be a bachelor's or a master's degree. The hopes and dreams of your ancestors all lie with you. This is an important reminder that we're always in transition, taking little steps along the way. However, today is a huge transition for all of you. Now, sometimes transitions are planned. You can save money, figure out what's next, chart your course. But at the same time, there are some transitions that are not planned. They are surprises or unanticipated transitions. Both planned and unplanned transitions can equate to stress. Both require pivoting or shifts in your thinking. Shifts or changes in thinking of who you are. For sure this year, your experience has been that of transitions, both planned and unplanned. We've experienced both in 2020. It has brought many, many surprises for all of us. Some have been hard pivots. For me, a recent transition has been to enter my 14th year here at UT. Now, I know for you, many of you, being a Longhorn has been a lifelong goal and dream. Now, for me, when I was growing up, UT was not a part of my vision. Transitioning to UT was not in my plan. Because for me, home to UT was not a straight path. It took lots of turns. My family's from all over. My mother's from England. My father is from Oklahoma. I have family living all over the globe. Scotland, Kenya, Finland, Kansas, and those are just to name a few. I was born in Canada, and later on we moved to California. I lived in California during middle school, high school, and college. And then finally in 2004, I got here to Texas. I took that long road down I-35 by way of Wisconsin and Iowa, got all the way down here to Texas. Now, when I got here, I didn't have a job for 3 years. And then finally, I got some interviews with UT. It wasn't just once or even twice. I had interviewed with 3 different departments, and finally, the psychology department in the College of Education took a chance on me, and I am so grateful to be here. So again, I ask you, what would you do if you weren't afraid? I've learned over the years a couple of things. Planning and setting goals is amazing, and you've got to do it. However, what happens in real life, honestly, just so all of you know, you just never know what's going to happen. You really can't plan it all out. It's stressful. It can be, but it's also awesome and super exciting. Both are true. For me, UT has been a place of stress and awesomeness. Who I am today and the way that I am is because of the opportunities and challenges I've experienced here at UT. For example, I teach a whole bunch of different courses. I've taught adolescent development, the history of psychology, special education law, and my most recent course was Culture of Disabilities within Education. Each course and the students kind of fought with me. We pushed each other. We had discussions, but we were pushing for more inclusivity and a more rich understanding of historical context and the use of media and understanding how it influences and shapes our thinking. We dove into the educational system. We took a look at how to support a variety of diverse students with all different backgrounds and levels of education, different experiences and goals. Over the 14 years I've been here, I've had so many different students, special education students, STEM students, gen ed students, physical education, the list goes on. So many different types of students in my classroom. And what I've noticed is that UT students have drive and passion, especially our teachers. That is a passion that the world needs. Caring that the world needs. Your colleagues will need that. The students you serve, their families will need that. Everyone needs your drive and passion. And so, feed it. Feed that fire. Help your passion grow. Life will have its ups and downs, but that's okay. Now you remember 14 years ago, didn't have a job, and now where I am today, I am running the National Deaf Center on post-secondary outcomes. I have a staff of over 60 people across the United States. We got a $21 million grant awarded from the US Department of Education. I mean, wow. It's an honor, but also very challenging to lead and represent a diverse group of talented individuals, with our mission being to support deaf students across the United States to help achieve their goals academically and professionally. And so, sometimes success is hidden for now. We won't even see it until later. I'd like to share something with you about the special place that UT is here. 100%, we are top-ranked academics. Yes, high-quality education. We are absolutely proud of that. That's for sure. I have a yes, but, and. The people care here. People support each other. Students and colleagues and the leadership alike, they make connections repeatedly. It's on an individual level and a team level. It starts with the dean's office and his staff. From things that are hard to those moments we celebrate, people notice and they say something. They listen and they know what's going on and they support people. It has really inspired me. The support happens whether we agree or disagree. Honestly, it doesn't matter. There's nothing fake that happens here. We say what we mean, and that's rare. It's rare. You are part of that caring and authenticity. When you journey from here on your way, that caring goes with you. What I now know are several things. Number one, people over projects. It's always got to be true. If you go in the workplace or back into the community, more training, it's all about the relationship. At the end of the day, it's people. People are always more important than projects or outcomes. Success and top quality, of course, it's still the goal. However, we don't want to lose sight of each other. Number two, depend on your community. You cannot do it alone. Both here and at work, at home, with our recent shift to everything being online all day, every day, Zoom calls, phone calls, working remotely, doing school remotely, it's so hard, but the foundation lies in our community. Also for the success and social justice, systemic change, it all happens when we come together, we expand and deepen our community and our network, we work together for a common goal. We typically ask a super important question, and that looks like, who am I? On a foundational level. But remember, also, a second important question is, who are my people? Who is my community? Self-care, absolutely important. But also remember, the community care is equally important, especially right now. I really encourage human connection and fight isolation, work together, come together. Number three, find your champions. Support people. We can often be our own worst critics. We all need a positive perspective, an encouraging word, whether it's every now and again or frequently. Find those people. Make sure you're supporting each other. Find your team. Get those cheerleaders, your champions. Number four, have a whole heart. Be wholehearted, like Brené Brown says. Have a strong back and a soft front. Know your worth. You're enough. It doesn't matter what you do. You are always enough. So back to transition. You will face so many decisions. Transition is important now. You've got this one coming up very soon, graduation, but there will be many in your future as well. When you make a decision, often it can be hard. Sometimes we feel so afraid of just making a mistake. And when you think about your new path that you're forging, where you're going, what career you want to pursue, but when you're thinking about that, remember, it's okay to make a mistake. Just do your best. It will all work out. Now, I know you must be thinking, wait a minute, what is she saying? It's okay to make a mistake? Is she serious? But honestly, I have to tell you, yes, I'm serious. If you think things through, if you explore your options, ask a lot of questions, narrow down your options to what's reasonable, a huge mistake is unlikely. Trust yourself. Something's going to happen, and after that, you just keep on keeping on. Persist. And try to let go of the fear of making a mistake or making that wrong decision. I know it's hard, but it's so important that you do that for yourself. And trust is hard. Trusting yourself is hard, but it's super important. If you do the work, you really can't go wrong. It's going to be okay. It will work out in the end. I'm serious. If you have to pivot, so be it. Make a change. Make the pivot. To you, dear class of 2020, so many opportunities lie ahead for you. There are new things that we haven't even fathomed. We don't know about it. We haven't seen it. And I know that's been true for many, many years. However, right now, it's more true than ever. This past year has gone sideways. So many changes. But you know, that creates opportunities. The path from here is going to be challenging. There's no doubt about it. COVID has given us so many changes, so many things we just couldn't predict, things that are still unpredictable, but we can be ready. We can prepare for that. Your experience here at UT has made you ready. Your critical thinking skills, your degrees, your hard work, all comes to this. You are ready. You have an opportunity to change the world. With your persistence, innovation, passion. So I ask you, what would you do if you're not afraid? To the class of 2020, congratulations. Be brave. Know that we are always with you. Your courage is contagious and will spread the world throughout. Thank you, and hook 'em.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Cawthon. That was fantastic. Thank you for bringing those words to us today. It was just wonderful. Thank you so much. I wish you could hear everyone clapping for you right now. So thank you. Now I would like to, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. I would like to invite Mr. Richard Ojeda, Assistant Dean for Student Affairs, to announce our graduates.
Thank you, Dr. Malik. Good morning, class of 2020. I'm Richard Ojeda, Assistant Dean for Student Affairs. Over the past 4 years, the advising team and I have had the pleasure of getting to know many of you through the Office of Student Affairs. Today, I have the honor of recognizing the bachelor's, master's, and doctoral candidates of the College of Education's Fall 2020 graduating class. Undergraduate students will receive their Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology and Health Education or their Bachelor of Science in Applied Learning and Development. Our graduate students will receive their Master of Arts, Master of Education, Master of Science, Doctor of Philosophy, and Doctor of Education in the following departments: Curriculum and Instruction, Educational Leadership and Policy, Educational Psychology, Kinesiology and Health Education, Special Education. Our undergraduates who are eligible to receive university honors have an additional note on their recognition slide. Honors are based on the current cumulative GPAs and are subject to change pending the results of fall grades. And let me repeat that for the undergrads. Honors are based on the current cumulative GPAs and are subject to change based on your fall grades. So those last tests and finals, those are still pretty important. Now we will present the graduates of the class of 2020. We will start with the fall 2020 Bachelor of Science in Applied Learning and Development graduates. Neha Zulfikar Ali. Roma Ali. Kiana Janae Bailey. Naomi Brianne Barboza. Amanda Elizabeth Cox. Jennifer Celeste Garza. Liana Victoria Gonzalez. Hope Christian Hawkins, graduating with high honors. Benjamin Holzman. Michelle Elizabeth Jamel. Two-time All-American, Butkus and Nagurski Award winner, 2005 first-round draft pick of the Kansas City Chiefs, 13-year NFL veteran and four-time Pro Bowler, Derek O'Hara Johnson. Hannah Elizabeth Johnson, graduating with high honors. Emily Elizabeth Loney, graduating with honors. Isaiah Miles Lucas. Brooke Lyons. Melissa Martinez. Catherine Ann McCullough. Maria Charday Moore. Ty Matthew Neighbors. Valerie T. Wynn. Max Campbell Patterson. Caroline Marie Pham. Samantha Ruiz. Peyton Ashley Shard. Adriana Elizabeth Sierra. Jessica Soltal. Sabrina Nicole Stevens. Michelle Marie Trebaldos Morris. Liana de la Rosa Vallejo. Shaylee Raylyn West. And Elise Nicole Withrow. And now the Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology and Health graduates. Jerica Umika Arnsworth. Ashley Renee Badella. Alexandra Mazal Behar. Landon Vaught Biggs. Ashley Elise Bronner. Cade Brewer. Ben Brown. Destiny Faith Camarillo. Micah Wee Doan Campbell. Chan Hyung Chung. Caroline Stratton Clinch. Jacob Cornetti Scott. Patrick Jan Qua. Robert Maximilian Cummins. Lauren Nicole Griffin Curry. Tyler James Dawson, graduating with high honors. Jenna Nicole Fernandez. Anthony Flores. Hunter Lee Foster. Brianna Nicole Garcia. Isabella Lauren Goff. Isabel Gonzalez. Samuel Gonzalez. Daniela Carolina Hanna. Sierra Henson. John Hyungmin Lee. Logan Slade Lewis. Amber Liu. Our wonderful work study student, David Milling. Blake McKay Moffitt. Caitlin Lee Papp. Jayla Jorday Pruitt. Mackenzie Armstrong Richard, graduating with honors. Rachel Lee Sousman. Megan Therese Scheck-Snyder. Philip Schnee. Rourke Lee Segler. Carlin Alexander Smith. Zoe Ann Summer. Mason Todd Spence. Sarah Elizabeth Tanguma, graduating with honors. Garrison Cole Tasca. Kiana Taylor. Preston Veroza. Cameron Vaughn. Zihan Wang. Jake Wood. John Young. Mina Zachary. Next, I will present the master's graduates in educational psychology. Andrew Adiega. Mario Shoto. Suzanne El Nakla. Sarah Goger. Stephanie Ann Grote. Lauren Lo Guerra. Ming Lin Shea. Jennifer Herr. Stephanie Kaskin. Jessica Kim. Noemi Madera. Taylor Nicole Payne. Emily Playfair. Luis Velasquez. Christy Andrea Wood. Rebecca A. Zarate. Allison Zingalowski. Now, the doctoral candidate graduates in educational psychology. Whitney Adams. Juliana Alba Suarez. Sarah Arango. Abby Balin. Mike Balson. Excuse me. Joseph Barron. Iris Cahill Casiano. Duncan Dixon. Allison Lee. Annette Leha. Hannah McDermott. Karina Rabinowitz. Rafaela Sale. Lauren Smith. Dana Stewart. Stephanie Young. Next are master's graduates in curriculum and instruction. Anirban Bhattacharya. Caitlin Chavez. Arlena Garcia. Yesenia Gomez. Emiliano Guajardo. Min-Jae Kim. Andrew Patuski. Raul Pineda. Grant Selman. Heather Sharp. Alan Walk. Next up, doctoral graduates in curriculum and instruction. Bernard George David. Leis de Freitas Viana. Luis Fernandez. Ji-hoon Kim. Kemper Lipscomb. Sholu Lee. Shay Lynn Parton. Ashley Phelps. Wenting Zhu. Now, the master's graduates in educational leadership and policy. Zachary Cohen Ford. Amin Duran. Jewel Amber Talbert. Next, the doctoral candidate graduates in educational leadership and policy. Caitlin Ritchie Burnell. Victoria Black. Dewana Bradley. Evelyn Burgos. Malcolm Brent Fields. Alden Jones. Holly Morris Kuntz. Michiel Rosas. Wansoon Ray Yu. Michael Scott. Kelly Talton. Corinne Thornburg. Kermit Ward. Next, our master's graduates in kinesiology and health education. John Burt. Ann Hakala. Lalitha Lauren Castle. Key Nihan. John G. Polanco III. Matthew Sandoval. Aaron Blake Simmons. Nathan Train. Eric Wong. Brianna DeLon Yancey. Lisa A. Young. Finally, the doctoral graduates in special education. Shitui Wang. Brenda Zapparoli. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the fall 2020 graduates of the College of Education at the University of Texas at Austin. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Richard. And I know you're all chomping at the bit to cheer. So we're going to open the mics here in just a minute. I want to say, as Dean of the College of Education, and on behalf of the College of Education faculty It is my joy to be presenting each of you to the President of the University of Texas at Austin for conferral of the degrees you have earned. Let's now take a moment to celebrate our graduates. Friends, family, feel free to unmute your mics now and to cheer loudly for today's graduates.
Miss Bam. Yay. Oh, we love you. What about Miss?
So way to go, Bella. Way to go, Bella. Fair.
First one I said yes.
Okay, you did someone. You didn't say someone.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Isabella.
We love you, Daniela.
Eric Johnson, so proud of you. I'm proud of you, Isabel. So proud of you. Rick and Antonio, love you, Johnson.
From one UT alum to another, congrats, Joel.
Proud of you, Eric Johnson. Proud of you.
Love you, Brian.
Hey, go for the education and help.
Love you, Mama.
Eric Johnson, proud of you. Eric Johnson,
Let's go! Great. Thank you, everyone, so much.
Good job, Steve.
We're very appreciative of that pent up enthusiasm. It's sort of hard, I know, for everyone to have kind of the silence as names are read. And so it's a joy to have all that enthusiasm pour out over Zoom. We're so appreciative. Next, we're going to have a special message for the graduates from a few members of the College of Education faculty and staff. But before I do that, I'd like to take a minute and let our faculty and staff and academic leaders who are joining us today open their mics alone and just cheer our graduates for the hard work they've done and to show them the mentorship and support they've given to those students. So let's hear from our faculty, staff, and academic leaders some cheering for our graduates today.
Yay!
Hey, congratulations.
Everybody.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Congratulations. Good work. Hard work.
Excellent. Of course, I have to say, you know, the faculty staff version of this had much more decorum than the family friends one. So, you know, I kind of appreciated the enthusiasm of the family friend ones a little bit more. So, but thank you, our faculty and staff, for your hard work and supporting our students through the finish line. Okay, so now we're going to hear some words of encouragement and special message from members of our faculty and staff for our graduates today.
Hello graduates, this is Antoinette. I would typically be serving as your marshal at graduation and giving you lots of hugs and handshakes as you walked off stage. You should feel really proud of yourselves in this accomplishment. It took a lot of work, but guess what? You did it. And always remember, there's no limit to what you can do as long as you continue to believe in yourselves. You have made us so proud. Again, congratulations Longhorns and hook 'em.
The class of 2020, y'all have worked so hard on and especially off the 40 acres. Congratulations.
Hello, Longhorns, and congratulations on your graduation from the University of Texas at Austin. I can't tell you how proud we are of you, and everyone in Sanchez 216 has been grateful for everything that you've done during your time on campus, whether that be 4 years ago, 8 years ago, 15 years ago, or even 30 years ago. You are now a graduate of the University of Texas at Austin, and no one, and I mean no one, can ever take that away from you. We can't wait to see the wonderful things you're going to do in the next chapters of your life. Show your Longhorn pride, and last but not least, hook 'em horns.
Hey, class of 2020, I have put on my graduation gear to celebrate you. We may not be together in person, but we can still do our happy dance. I am so proud of you. What a delight to have worked with you and see you learn and grow so much. I am confident your lights will shine bright, no matter what. You will always be in my heart, and I wish you joy now and forever. Hook 'em.
Hey, class of 2020, I just want to extend my biggest congratulations to all of you for achieving this major milestone in your life. I want you to know that while this journey is ending, a new and exciting one is yet to come. While there may be some struggles and obstacles you may face, please know that once a student, always a student, and I will never stop giving advice. Hook 'em.
I want to say how proud I am of your accomplishments and how much I look forward to seeing you back on campus in person. Congratulations, hook 'em horns, and all the best for the future.
I just want to congratulate all of the students who are graduating this fall from the College of Education in 2020. I especially want to congratulate those students that finished in our department in Applied Movement Science and Sport Management, Athletic Training, Physical Culture and Sport, Health Promotion and Behavioral Science, and Exercise Science. Each one of you has had a fantastic accomplishment to finish up at the University of Texas at Austin, and congratulations on your graduation. Hook 'em horns.
To our fall 2020 graduates,
we want to say
congratulations from Texas Education Scholars. Hook 'em.
Congratulations, Longhorns. Congratulations, graduating class of 2020. Congratulations, teachers, and congratulations, Cohort K. You're well on your way to greatness. I applaud you all for your tenacity and perseverance in finishing strong. Go forth and create the life that you want, a beautiful life. I will remember you always and think of you fondly. Know that I'm here for you, love you, and hook 'em.
Congratulations, class of 2020. We are thrilled to greet you. As you begin the next stages in your journey, we'd like to leave you with 3 B's. The first, be a learner. This means recognizing that you always need to grow, learn, and work hard to become the very best you can be.
The second, be yourself. Be authentic. Be your very best self to all those you come in contact with.
And finally, be kind. You have been given many blessings and a wonderful education here at the University of Texas at Austin. Make sure that you share that with the world and be kind to others.
Congratulations
and hook 'em.
Thank you to our faculty and staff for participating in that special message. Class of 2020, you have so much to be proud of. Today is your day to shine. At UT, we say what starts here changes the world. But the what may be less important than the who. And the who is you. Who starts here changes the world. We can't wait to see what you will accomplish, graduates. Hook 'em horns. We want to invite our graduates and families to stick around and celebrate today. At this time, we're gonna let you, as soon as I'm done talking, we'll let you unmute your mics And you can add notes of congratulations in the chat if you haven't already done that. We'll keep the mics open for about 10 more minutes. So this is just a chance to visit and do some more cheering for graduates here today. Thank you.